The learning outcome will explain how mobile and cloud computing technologies can be applied to ensure data is accurately transferred. For the purpose of this learning outcome, the Autodesk 360 suite of software will be used to demonstrate how information can be exchanged. Before we understand how cloud-based storage and portable devices can access and exchange information, we need to understand how the digital model is uploaded to the cloud. The digital model will be created in a discipline-specific software that has 3D modeling capabilities. There are a number of these packages available, as illustrated below. For this example, we will use Autodesk Revit, as it aligns to Autodesk 360 suite of software. It is important to acknowledge that there are other 3D design packages such as Bentley and Graphisoft, as well as others, that have their own particular cloud software which their models integrate seamlessly into. When initially you open the model, in order to collaborate with the cloud, you will sign into your Autodesk account, as this syncs with the cloud server and gives you access to the designated project collaboration space. This enables you to load your model to the cloud. This option also enables you to download models from the cloud and work on a digital model with different people at the same time. The model will be uploaded into a designated folder within the Common Data environment. Here we can see the model being collaborated with the Common Data environment, and in this image in here we can see this file now available within our Common Data environment. The model can now be viewed within the Common Data environment, and the project team members can now begin to review it. This model can be then synced with associated mobile technology apps such as BIM 360 Glue, BIM 360 Field, amongst other associated apps. This will enable the team members working on site the opportunity to open a model and extract and input information into it. Now let's look at this process within a design package, and in this case we will use Autodesk Revit. The first thing that we need to do is we need to associate this model with ourselves or our username. By doing this, it'll give us access to the Common Data environments that are associated to our username. In this case, it could be a single project or a number of projects. To do this, we need to sign in by clicking in here and signing into our Autodesk 360 account, which will be different for the different design packages. We click here, and then this gives us an option to sign in. We will know that we're signed in because we will now see our username up here. Once this is done, the next object to do is to associate this model with a particular project or a particular Common Data environment. To do that, we select the Collaborate tab. As explained, this will be different in the different design packages. So once we do this, we select Collaborate. In this case, it'll ask us to select where we'd like to upload the model. And in this case, it'll be within our BIM 360 document management, which represents the cloud environment where a number of different Common Data environments awaits in regards to my username. So once I select here and press OK, I then begin to sign in to the relevant account. I then select the relevant Common Data environment, and I can toggle between the different projects which are associated to my username. Here I select project files, and this I can see the different folders available to me, and indeed I'll select architectural services and then my work in progress folder. And within here, I press Initiate. At this moment, collaboration is now happening between the design package and the 360 environment. Once this has been uploaded, we can begin to work on the model, and we can regularly sync with Central, which will enable other users that will have the model open at the same time to see instant changes. Also within the Common Data environment, which we'll explore now in more detail, we can now access this model and begin a design review and also download it onto our tablets out on site to help with site management. With the model now uploaded to the cloud, you'll be required to access your cloud environment. To do that, you'll enter an IP address, which will then bring you to a login page. Using your same username and password, you'll now sign into your account, which will bring you into the cloud. You now should have access to your 360 cloud environment. And to flip between the different projects, you go up in here and you can toggle between the different projects in which your name is associated with. As we can see in here, we're in Test Site 2 where we uploaded our model. And within here we can see the different folders. I am currently within the Architecture Services, and if I click on Work in Progress, I will now see the access to my model. I can see the version it was uploaded, the size, the last time it was updated, and who it was updated by. And within here I can also see if there's any been markups, issues, or RFIs associated to the model. Autodesk 360 has a number of ways of interacting or viewing with the model. In here we can see a number of different options. The purpose of this lesson is not to go into each one of these, but to explore the basic capabilities in regards to interacting with the model. To open a model and to begin to interact with it, you just simply click on the file. Once the model is open, it can be accessed on site through model viewers, where any of the site team can then interrogate the model elements to better understand an important information such as material, installation details, associated documentation, entry criteria, etc. The image below here shows the properties associated with the wall. Within here you can see the different analytical and energy analysis associated to this wall. Further to this, you can walk through the model. You can put on first person, and this enables you to walk through the model and gives a first-hand view of how the interior as well as what the spaces will look like when complete. This example here illustrates a model uploaded into a common data environment. Anyone with access can view it in the cloud and click on the relevant objects within the model to learn about the properties. In the image above, the user is clicking on the door, as similar to the image previously where one clicked onto the wall and then is able to view the door's associated properties. Also within this environment, you can mark up the model or mark up a particular drawing. The image below provides an understanding of some of the capabilities available to mark up drawings and models. You will have a number of markup tools. You can link the model with external or internal information. You may also have a measurement tool, and you can hide and show particular information and put on section views in order to concentrate on certain elements. Here is an example of a markup function within the common data environment, where one can use the tools to highlight a potential issue with the door, generate a markup, and this will then be available to be viewed by the whole design team, where they can comment and suggest potential edits. We will now look at this process within the common data environment, and we'll open the model and begin to explore it. With the model now open, let's have a look at navigating through the model and viewing some of the capabilities that we discussed previously. The first thing that we need to do in order to walk through the model is we need to put on our first person. If I click here, this will give me the different options in order to help me better understand how to navigate through the model. In order to teleport to a particular place, I need to double click. That done, I can then use a combination of the keyboard and my mouse to view the model. See, I can walk through the model. I can turn around. And I can view the different options in here. If I want to go up the next floor, using the tools that I'm told to use, I click the E button. And in here, I can start moving through and start seeing different options. In order to interrogate anything in the model, all we need to do is click onto it and then put on the properties. Within the properties, we can see all the custom information associated with this object. We can see materials and finishes, and we can scroll through the different objects. Here we can see the analytical properties. We can see the heat transfer, thermal resistance, thermal mass, acceptance, and roughness. When out on site, when installing, one can click on any object within the model through their tablet and can then interrogate the different heat transfers, thermal resistance, and thermal mass. This gives the workers a better understanding of the impact of correct installation. We have the option, as explained, to use our markup tool. The markup tool allows us to flag issues that could be on site or in our early design or at any stage in the construction process. Let's say, for example, we have an issue or concerns with the dimension of this door. Once again, to view information associated with this door, we click here and then go to our Properties tab. We'll see all the information, including the analytical properties, the heat transfer, as well as the thermal resistance. We then use one of our markup tools. In this case, I'm going to use the cloud tool. So click here. I'm just going to select the door, and then I can add some information. I can come up to a number of different options here, but I'd like to use text. So if we put in here, I can put in some information. With that done, we can change the color, or we could put arrows going to particular areas of concern. Once I click Save Markup, in this particular column environment, this markup can be viewed by anyone within the design team or anyone with a correct access to common environment. And we have access here to our markups, our Issues tab, our Request for Information, and these are different ways of flagging potential problems without going through the whole process of writing it up, taking pictures, and then going back to the office. This can be all done on site. And what we can do as well is we can go in here, we can edit, we can add attachments. So we may have documents uploaded within our different folders that we can attach to help provide further clarification of this issue. And once we're satisfied, once we click the Published, this marker will be now visible to all project members. The Request for Information and Issues tab is more in the lines of targeting particular issues with particular people, and you have greater traceability through these two issues. But in this case, the markup issue serves as a strong purpose in order to flag issues straight away to the correct people and to get problems solved, instead of having to go back into the design office or to ring numerous people. This can be done and flagged to the whole design team, and someone or the team responsible can to get answers to those out on site. Requests for information can also be done in the cloud through a web app or on your mobile device. Once it's created, it will be emailed to the relevant team members and can be then tracked online. Let's view the RFI option back within our cloud environment. As we can see, we're back into the same model, and to create an RFI, which is a request for information and is aimed at a particular person or group of people, while the markup is more generic highlighting of an issue within the model. To do that, we go towards our RFI section, which is located here, select Create RFI. From here, we then select the object within the model that we'd like to generate the RFI from. So in this case, I'm going to click the roof. From here, it's up to us to put in information on a title, question, potentially suggested answer, other attachments that we may like to drop in, which could be do with specification or images, and then assign it to the RFI manager, as well as to co-reviewers. In this case, this is usually the member that it's aimed at and we would like a reply from. We can also have a distribution list, which is people that we'd like to bring this problem awareness to, but don't necessarily have to give an answer. Also, by putting in due date, gives a timeline in order for this to be answered. This RFI will change statuses as the different people respond with answers, eventually till it becomes closed out. This is a great way of getting information quickly and takes out a number of days or wasted time in regards to RFIs previously being submitted by hand or on paper through email, and then taking a substantial amount of time before answers are provided. This is simple, where someone who has the RFI associated with them can log in to their account, view the RFI, come in and provide an answer directly, and this can be then viewed out on the tablet by people working out on site in order to assist and further their working environment. We can also assign issues in our Kanban environment. Issues are used by teams to identify and communicate areas of concern or improvement with project documents. Issues can be associated with documents created in the Kanban environment. Let's look at the importance of the Issue tab back in the cloud environment. By assigning issues to assets or objects within the model, it enables us to begin to populate that asset with information that we can use in the further running of the structure once handed over to the client. By adding issues, it allows a historical database to begin to be built around the different assets or objects within the model. So for example, to create an issue, you will go to the Issue tab along here and go Create Issue. From here, you would associate what you want the issue to be accustomed to. So I click in the bathtub. What I could do then is go to the type of issue that this is. And if I come down in here and for example, I click on quality, what that'll do is that will associate a quality checklist now to this bathtub that needs to be signed off. A number of templates are usually preloaded, and within those templates to do with quality, safety, and commission are a number of different checklists, tick exercises that need to be signed off in order for this asset or object to be validated. Once again, we can give the title, we can assign it to someone, we can do a due date, we can put in our location, as well as the root cause. And within the root cause, for example, we go and look once again to do with quality, come along in here, and we could put in something to do with manufacturer defect or something along the lines of that. What that'll do, this will highlight an issue to the whole design team that needs to be rectified in order for this asset to be signed off. The Issue tab is an extremely important tab to be used out inside, because effectively what it does is create a historical database of the object that can be used in order to assist in the future running of the building. As explained earlier, Autodesk BIM 360 platform has a number of different capabilities. While these are outside this lesson, a number of these can be accessed up in here by clicking on this tab. This allows one to collaborate in a more intensive environment and collaborate more extensively with other project team members. It also enables clash detection in the cloud, as well as access to issues, markups, and RFIs, while also tabs allow us to interact with different field interactions and to highlight information to help the team on site. As explained in the previous lesson, there are a number of different common data environments. The one this lesson focused on is Autodesk BIM 360. However, there are numerous different common data environments available. All of these common data environments have their own tools and capabilities, and there are a number of tutorials as well as promotional videos which is advised for you to investigate in order to further gain an understanding of the capabilities associated with common data environments.